Hello everyone, welcome to the Deck Tech. Today I'm playing the list I'm hopefully going to be playing on the MOCS, so the Modern Magic Online Championship Series. That's coming up this Saturday. I'm not sure if I will stream it, but for sure I will record it and then I'll release the videos. Yeah, so the only changes I made to the list, it's of course monogreen Hardened Scales. I missed the city. This kind of backwards, but it's okay, you got it. So anyway, I'm going to be playing pretty much the same list. I took out the Invigorating Surge. Yeah, I probably was not doing enough. And I changed that for one animation model, so now we're playing 3 in the main deck. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted to free up one sideboard spot for another Torpor Orb. For 2 reasons, basically. Goblins become very popular, Goblins is a strong deck. Torpor Orb is the best hit against it, it's also good against humans and everything, but it's also really good against Amulet Titan. And I feel that matchup has been pretty hopeless lately. I don't know if I have been taking the wrong side of variance, but I've been getting turn 3 Titan constantly. And I feel it's kind of, if there's a Torpor Orb and they play a Titan, they tap out for it. Then if they have Summoner's Pact, they cannot do anything the next turn. If they didn't Summoner's Pact, need to attack the next turn, and I mean basically just delays them like 1 or 3 turns, so you go from being like turn 3 Titan into turn 4 Titan into turn 5 Dryad and kill you, or even before that, to maybe they're killing you turn 5, turn 6, and when they're tapping out for the Titan, you have an opportunity to kill them. But the problem is a lot of times when they play the Titan, they find a Ghost Quarter and then they can stop the Inkmoth Nexus, which is normally our biggest win condition against them. So that's the changes I made. Let's jump into the league, shall we? I'll see you there. Hello and welcome to round 1. Also, the reason I added the animation module in the main deck is because, yeah, I have a feeling for the MOCS there will be a lot of banned Snowblade. That's kind of probably the best deck. Banned and Sultai are probably one of the best decks. And since I'm taking out a slot in the sideboard that's normally dedicated to those matchups, I thought, okay, I need to put it in the main deck. And just animation module. The thing here about animation module is when you draw more than 1, but I guess 3 is just fine. We're playing on the play, we're playing against Alpha Blade, and we have a pretty decent hand, pretty grindy. We have animation model on Ozolith. We don't know what we're playing against. So I'm pretty tempted to start with animation model actually. Just because it's the best against grinded. Also it's pretty good also, but they kept 7. There could be a grindy matchup, so we're just gonna start with animation module. Then we can go Llanowar Reborn with a make a token, and then turn 3 we can play the Ballista and the Ozolith, or just play the Ozolith and see from there. So we're against Tron, some variety of Tron. We don't know. No expansion map. When we're facing the Natty Tron, the classic Natty Tron, I must say. So we're gonna. I want to play this without protection, so I'm just gonna play this, say always yield, get myself a Chapter, say no to it, and back. We could be facing, actually maybe there was a mistake, we could be facing Chalice next turn, and I should play the Ozolith, I guess, to protect myself against that. But well. So we may be facing the Natitron here. So that is Chalice indeed. I misplayed. We still have a chance. Oh, that's a Ballista. Yeah, I thought it was for sure. Okay, I'm not sure if we're placing. I think we're placing Eldrazi Tron. Maybe it's a dreaded 7 card hand Eldrazi Tron. Maybe shoot this. That'll be dream. No dream. So yeah. I'm gonna play the Ozolith and a Ballista. Yeah, okay, maybe I just. I think. So we'll do this. Play the Ballista. My response shoots down. If it shoots down the Ballista, I'm just gonna let it happen. Then we're gonna put a counter on the servo and keep pressuring them. Do a 1-for-1 and we get the extra counter here. We have another Ballista, so we're gonna put the graphs. We cannot play for the animation module. I'm just thinking what to do. Sure, I'm gonna graft if he gives me a chance. If they give me a chance, Alpha Plate. So they're just doing that. That's fine, we just take it. Does with triggers. That's why I didn't attack first, because this is where we attack with 1 extra. No, we still hold the counter here, which is really good. So yeah, we're just gonna go to combat, put the counter on the servo. Yes. OC on this. No. And hit them for 2. I mean, they could have Tron next turn. That would be probably worst case scenario. Tron into Tron the Great Creator, I guess, would be the worst, but that's what. But kind of like, as I said, this is not that I'm not worried again about that. But if it happens, it happens, you know. Okay, they have it, whatever. Like 7 hand, not Tron. Now they have to have a payoff. This happens a lot. This happens more than it should. I'm pretty sure this happens more than it should. Like, I mean, I know they're drawing 9 cards by the time they were on the play, though. So they're drawing. How did they play? I don't remember. We were on the play. We were on the play, so they were on the draw. They saw 10 cards by the. So I mean, there's a decent chance you see the Tron lands, but this is. Blazon is also strong against us, but I'm guessing next turn I would like to empty my hand of 1-drops. But I mean, they haven't challenged yet. They could Karn plus. Probably that would be their best choice. Let's summons here. That's, I mean, it's bad, but it could be worse. Still good, yeah. And this comes ahead of schedule thanks to their and they still have 3 mana to use. But yeah, I guess I take the Ballista, but this can be blocked infinity times. The only thing I'm worried about now is I like to find a Ravager. Ravager on lands is the best, so we can actually make an army and make a big enough. So I take the Ballista. It happens. We're gonna play around and everything. We have 3 cards. Maybe they have some kind of dismember or something. Hangarback Walker, that's a good draw. Probably gonna start with Ancient Stirrings anyway. Maybe they have the Special Cortosion. No, they don't. It's a Ravager. I like that actually. Also like lands. You know what? I'm gonna get a land. I'm gonna get Inkmoth Nexus. I'm gonna play a Hangarback now to play around second Thunder's here. I am going to make a servo. No, I'm not gonna graft into it. I may graft into this though. So we actually get some beef. No. Since we play Trillian Overborns, I'm a bit more aggressive on grafting. I don't plan on attacking, of course. We can maybe Alpha Strike the Karn if needed. With the Inkmoth Nexus and all that. Ravager, of course, would have been a great draw, but it doesn't line up so well against Counter Great Creator. So look at my camp. Oh, Bloodzone, that's brutal. Seems like they had it all this game. So they can Bloodzone, kill both Animation Module and Ozolith. Rough, that's rough. Yeah. Or maybe have another Thunder's here. Have a Karn. Yeah, that's really bad. Because now they can against Snaring Breach, which is maybe doesn't do a lot, but they can definitely. I mean, if they blow up the Blast Zone, we can kill the Karn because we can animate the mod this, right? Okay. So we just Pendelhaven would be the best draw, I guess. Make more sense. Okay, that's hard. I will not play this until they blow it up, of course. Maybe I will just hold it on from playing this turn, but whatsoever. So if I animate Inkmoth Nexus, the problem is they can always blast on the Ozolith, right? So I was thinking of doing some shenanigans. Animate Inkmoth Nexus, and I attack with everything. I guess they block here. They 1, 2, 4, so they go to 2, the Karn. I guess that's the best we can do. This is first doesn't really matter. You also have dismember or something, so I'm just gonna attack. Attack them. Yeah, we need to be pretty aggressive dealing with the Karn here. Hold on, Phyrexian score to sacrifice something just in case. If they will all have the Blazon now, which they could. The thing is, if they block here, we have a chance to make more. They block the servo, quite interesting. So down to 2. Not a good Blazon. I mean, that would be great. Super good. Then we can play Scales and Worker. Could also just sacrifice these and make Toppers to kill this next turn. Oh, that's what I will do actually. I don't think they will play. They will not sacrifice it until the end. Should I make a servo? Should I make Toppers? I think they both work kind of similarly, but then this way I keep the Hangarback. Because next turn, I kind of like. So. I'm not gonna bring in anything, of course. Now they will Blazons, but they go 1 land down. I mean, that's alright, I guess. That's Blazon. There goes Animation Model and Ozolith. Yep. So if they minus a Karn, they lose a Karn. So that's part of the reason to go so aggressive on it. Still at 20 life, so no need to worry about that. Pretty grindy matchup, as you can see. But yeah, Hardened Scales on Worker, you know, we have a lot of good draws. We were able to get rid of this. And we should be able to get rid of this next turn. Okay, so they just blast it. 5. Sorry, all this Smasher. No, Thanasia, that's brutal. That's very brutal, man. Wow. Sometime. One has it all. They take the Scales, of course. Okay, this turn they played. This game they played Blazon. Okay, they have another Thanasia. Holy shit. I mean, you can play as good as you want, but when people have like triple Thanasia on turn 5, they have played 3 top Thanasias, Candy Creator, Walking Ballista, and Blazon. Yeah, actually can get rid. I mean, the thing is, if now I'm not so much afraid of the Karn, we're not afraid. We're afraid of dying. Yeah, that's junk. They attack with everything. Karn goes down to 1, but that just. If I attack with all these guys, even the Inkmoth Nexus to them, I should just hold. If I had held this up instead of making a servo, then we can kill it. Yeah, then we don't have this. And I didn't know they would play a double Thanasia here. I mean, that's. If I attack with everything, they can block, and then this goes down to. I think we just have to hope for our Lord and Savior, the Crystalline Giant, to do some magic here, mates. I mean, we've been triple Thanasia here this game, so And it has first strike. Alright, so not the end of the world. That would be a good draw. No Eldrazi Temple, they have lots of mana. They can minus for a Ballista, I guess, and that's it. Or they can just have it in hand. I'm gonna concede to this Ballista, that's not even. It's gonna be a 4/4 and everything. Yeah. This is, as said many times, this is like the top percentage of the Ross item. It's not something we worry about too much. So I bring in the con, as you know, Nature's Claims, Dismembers. Top World would look really good if they played 3,000 years ago. Holy shit. Cards are actually not very good. Here's Animation Module, because it dies to Blazon, as you can see, and also the 1/1s are kind of like dirtly. And I don't really like the Steel Overseer. I don't really love the Metallic Mimics. And I've been cutting some amount of steerings. I think 2 steerings I've been cutting. Because I think I like. Okay, I'll leave 1 Mimic on the plate. Probably the steerings is the same. Chalice of the Void kind of turns it off. And we don't really have a lot of time to be. Maybe we're gonna cut a Worker. I kind of like Worker actually. So I think that's the configuration. I mean, sometimes you lose to Eldrazi Tron. The reason people play Eldrazi Tron is not as specifically super fun deck to play, but it has sometimes, it's a mid-range deck that can also sometimes just have these extremely explosive starts like they had this game. And then you basically feel invincible, right? And it feels really good when you feel invincible. Yeah, but I don't think it's like, it's a good deck, but it's not like the unbeatable on it. And yeah, when they have a bad draw, it's pretty hilarious because they are so dependent on this extra mana. The reason I'm cutting the Steel Overseer even though I'm on the play is because if they have like the good, like the strong draw, we play like Steel Overseer turn 2 and then they play Karn turn 3, our Steel Overseer looks like the worst card. So yeah, if they don't draw like this kind of draw where they have Tron on 7, like 7 hand land, 7 land, so 7 card hand with Tron, then we can be in good shape, I think. If they draw it and they keep, like the other day I was Emrakul turn 5. What the hell is this? The Promised 10 on turn 5. I was like, okay, what is this? And I have, of course, a Ballista in hand. So, you know, you can see that sometimes it can be hard this much. One lander, man. So we can play the Worker. This, yeah, we can do better than this. This is actually better. Yeah, this. Actually, if I want to put the Worker back, highest quality of cards possible, or won't just bring up Ballista. This Ballista is sometimes not the best early game play. And this we can play turn 3. I kind of like them. I don't know if that's right or not. Also, Worker works really well with them. Well, I guess everybody here works pretty well with Pendelhaven. No Hardened Scales yet. Haven't seen. We have only drawn it once, and they kept 7 once again, and they have a Tron piece, so that's scary. So I should just play a Ballista. Getting Ravager and Worker next turn down would be fantastic. If they have a Dismember or something, well, that sucks, but maybe I have a Ballista again. Play around the Ballista, we could maybe should play a Worker just to get rid of 1-drops. They have exactly the same style as last game. This is a Ballista, or a Chalice, I don't know. Another Ballista. I guess we'll shoot it down. I mean, we have to untap. Actually, just gonna play the Worker, hold on the Pendelhaven. Yeah, I do have Tron again. Well, so be it, man. Should I attack? If I attack them, they block. They shoot here. Or I can actually shoot. They block. And if they block, you can shoot the worker, put the counter. Yeah, I'll see. Hopefully they don't have Tron, that's the thing I'm scared of. We can obviously Nature's Claim the Walking Ballista when they try to put counters on it, if that's what they do. Not Tron, but they have Blazon. Well. I can Nature's Claim it now and they shoot it back. Such a good play to turn 2 Ballista. First time I actually faced that. Especially with hot scales. You know what? I'm just gonna play the Ravager. Okay, let's see what they have this turn. It's like kind of like a Western thing, you know, we're like both holding our guns ready to shoot. Missing that lander was pretty bad, by the way, but we already mulligan, so I don't know what else we can ask for. Alpha Blade. So pretty insane. Yeah, it feels like our hands are being too. They can take Ballista, they can do Worker. So I can play a second Worker. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. I'll play a second Worker. Sacrifice this Worker, put the model over. See what happens. If they shoot now, I sacrifice the second Worker, put the counters here, and I realize that. So just got we could actually lethal them, but how much are these could be with scales, eh? If I had eaten this, no, we couldn't. I think if they don't block, okay, this is 4-9, they're dead. So yeah, they need to block, at least with the Ballista. Power scales, out of the Ozolith. For the game, man. You can see that's why the reason you don't want to play Damping Sphere against these guys. If we have spent 2 mana, and then we cannot cast 2 spells a turn, and they just play like a I can claim this actually. That's what I'm gonna do. Doesn't matter which shooting damage they do. I could shoot this, but I don't want to because then we lose a ballista. So I'm just gonna claim this and draw a card. What a game! Interesting game, man. Really cool game, I think. Really interesting. This is block with Thornet. They block with nothing. They don't block. They're dead, right? So we sack here, that's 4, that's 9, yeah. Nothing they could have. Nine is 18. I know that. Hard. It will take 9, and then that's it. You know, they cannot do anything. We can just shoot it down at instant speed. Yeah. All right, we won. That's nice. It's kind of the situation. I like my board state. I think I'm gonna cut an Ozolith for something. Maybe a second metallic. Metallic just gets so much worse with the. It's gonna be 17 Wonder is really scary. Maybe an Ozolith for Ancient Strings. How do we feel? I mean, it just doesn't seem to be a lot of time in these matches to play Ancient Strings. I've been liking this. I don't know. Let me know what you guys do for sideboarding against Eldrazi. I've been liking this configuration. We are on the. I think this hand is good enough to keep. An Orderborn. Yeah. It's a bit slow starting map, but you don't have an insane start. You don't have Thornets turn 2 or something like that. Okay, that's not a green source, which have been the best draw. But we just play an Orderborn first, pass. Then we can play Hardened Scales and Worker. We get rid of. If they play Chalice, that's bad. But if they don't, so they kept 7 once again. They have no mulligan, this opponent. Okay, they could challenge us, they could ballista us. Their Matter is Shapering, which is the best of all boards. Oh, no? They ballista again? Chalice on 1, that sucks. A lot. Sucks pretty much a lot. We have 1, 2, 3 dead cards in our hand. Yeah, completely different matchup. We had drawn the Pendelhaven first before the Ravager. That's what it is. We have outs to this. We have a Throne of Geth. So the only problem is they go very fast from here because they use a card, right? So use a card and a Tron. That's scary. Very close to Tron. I'm not seeing. So that's the Thornet here. I guess I take either the Ballista or the Ravager. I guess I take the Ravager. I mean, we have another play anyway, and we're just gonna go back. The Ravager, I guess that's the best play. Wow, another one dropped. Extreme punishment for taking the route we took. Maybe we should have mulliganed that. Maybe on the draw. I was a bit distracted. Maybe we should have mulliganed. I was not playing. Basically, that hand lost against. No, I'm not gonna do this now. That hand lost to Chalice on 1. On turn 1. Because if we get the scales down, it's a completely different game, right? We have a 4/4 Hangarback right now, a 2/2 Ballista. But because we didn't, now we are a bit in a. If they have the Tron now, they do. Yeah, well, sometimes you will lose to I mean, they have Reality Smasher. I mean, turn 2 Chalice, turn 3 Thornet Seer, turn 4 Reality Smasher. This is just pretty brutal. That's 9 damage that we're gonna take, and they still have 5 mana to use. I don't think we can actually block. We need to block next turn. We have 11. gonna play Spatial Map. That's something we... Ooh, that was bad. So just imagine we have had the Hardened Scales. We could just block this now, make a bunch of top tiers, and we'll be in much better shape. I should have mulliganed that. Maybe there is an argument to be playing only 2 Llanowar Reborns, but I think it just is good enough. Maybe I just mulligan that hand. But just the hand had everything, right? Had Hardened Scales, had Ravager, Hangarback, and Ballista. I mean, I have to mulligan that hand. The only downside was the Llanowar Reborn. And we had a chance to draw an untap, so that's another thought. Oof. Well, take whatever 1-drop you want. Sometimes you lose, I guess. It's nothing we can do, really. I think there is... No, I didn't even remember what the count is. Okay. We lost. There's no coming back from this. We have drawn all our 1-drops, and they drew this, so yeah, whatever. Sometimes you just... Yeah, nothing we could have done. So yeah, maybe we should have just mulliganed this hand. I mean, okay, so they have 4 chalices and they are on the play, right? So they have like around 40% chance of getting chalice on 1 turn 2. So basically what I'm saying with that hand is 60%, because I think we win the game with that hand. Like, I think if we are able to get Hardened Scales down, then we have a Hangarback later on that is a 4/4. And we can play the Ravager. Maybe we cannot play the Ravager because the Thunder's here either way. But we can play the Ballista. I mean, maybe we just lose, right? But imagine the same hand. Same hand with the... So we had Ancient Steering Worker. Maybe just supposed to cut a Worker more. So if I want to play against... So against that deck, I would like to do is... Maybe keep the Mimics in, just because they allow us to go a bit faster. Cut a Worker. Cut an Ozolith. So I will cut this, I guess. And this. Sort by... Convert the mana cost. So this is 6 cards we can bring, so we bring in the Nature's Claims. Nature's Claims is just necessary to not lose to these members. We bring 1 card and we take out. So we have only 15 1-drops. That means that there is, like, it's pretty unlikely we draw like 3 in our starting hand. And we're still having all our good cards. The Metallic Mimic is a 2-drop at least that can help us speed up. Right. So I think that's what I will be doing from now on. I think it was a bit risky keeping 17 1-drops against Chalice, especially on the draw. So these are what I would do on the draw, because on the draw you can only play 1 1-drop before they challenge you. But on the play, probably what I would do actually is this. I really want to get one of these 2 cards down, and the rest, I mean, they're important, but they're not so important. And then on the play, probably bring back the Workers, cut the Mimics. Oh yeah, Silver was cut anyway. So we got 1 more spot for. And then, yeah, leave a Mimic in. What did I do with Mimic? Oh. So Mimic. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. On the play, I would probably put the Mimic on. 1 Mimic, more 1-drops, 17 1-drops, because we have 2 turns to play 1-drops. And yeah, and that's it. And probably on the draw, I cannot accept a hand that doesn't play a 1-drop on turn 1. A little, little finesse that is required. I mean, I've been pretty successful against Eldrazi Tron, but that's not by any means an easy matter. To be fair, every single game they had the game 2, I guess. So game 1 and game 3 they had the actually this game, yeah, they had Eldrazi Temple. I guess they didn't have Tron, but they had like Eldrazi Temple turn 3 Thought Knot, turn 4 Gravity Smash, turn 5 Thought Knot. I think it's hard to beat in any way. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you for round 2. Hello and welcome to round 2. Sorry, round 2. We are playing monogreen scales. We lost to Eldrazi Tron. I feel I learned a lot in this in this game. I mean, mainly about what range of hands are keepable, and a little bit of a maybe I've been undervaluing the role of Metallic Mimic on this matchup. Like I tend to side it out. Also maybe the same with Animation Module. I still think Animation Module is not the greatest card in the matchup because you don't really want to play turn 1. Maybe you do, but sometimes turn 1 is not that effective. And then if you want to play later, sometimes you will be facing Chariots of the Void anyway, right? And also they have Reality Smasher and lots of things, and if they play Karn, you cannot activate the ability. You know, it's Animation Mode is just not the greatest in this. But anyway, we're on to round 2, and we're playing against Fartag, and we're on the play. The same as Ravager, I guess, as Worker. I mean, we could start with Ancient Steerings even to see if we can find an Ozolith. Save the Worker for later. They keep. We have double. I hope we're not against Burn or something like that. Inkmoth Nexus. No Ravager Ballista. What about Ballista, right? You can play turn 2. Put down whatever they play. Mountain. Okay, so probably against Goblins. Seeing this mountain. Okay, then I think we want to play the Ballista. They can play, yeah, they can play a Siege Commander, but then we can shoot it back, so I guess a 1-for-1 anyway. Yeah. Animation can also put counters on Bile if the game goes long. I mean, I say the game, I can put it at any time in the game, but you probably only will do that when you have a lot of mana. Probably against Goblins, and that is indeed Goblins. The reveal. Yeah, it's Munition Expert. So if they use it to kill the Ballista, we just will kill it back. I mean, it's a 1-for-1, you know. They also use their turn, so. I'm gonna go Giant here. Careful when you're tapping this, because sometimes you will end up like. See what we get in terms of Vigilance, not bad. I like to draw like an Ozolith or Hardened Scales. That's is alright. I guess they just really wanted to do this. I guess I can take the Ravager. We're taking all damage from the Peatlands, eh? We actually could be that. Because they could. I think I'm playing Animation Module. Yeah, I'll play Animation Module before combat. The reason I'm playing the land is because if they activate this, I may actually put a counter on it. That. Spell. Huh? Like that. Yeah, so the reason I need to, I think it is pretty likely that they activate this vial at the end of the turn, and then I would like to animation module it. But then they can anyway get the Snoop down the turn after, right? So they can just, if they have the Snoop, they activate this. That's complicated actually, because what I'm trying to say here is like if they activate this at the end of our turn, and then we give it a counter, then they cannot get the Snoop, but they can get the Bogart. But I guess that's fine. They can just wait. They can just wait the next turn, cast a Snoop, and cast the Bowler, right? So in that case, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'll take some. I don't think they will be. Maybe they'll do it in the end step. I don't know. So we'll hold that up. Okay, maybe if they have Snoop and Bowler with that, but I don't think there was anything we could do to play around it. We have Inquisition. I guess that kills time, but okay. I like our position now. Inkmoth Nexus. You can draw a card. I could put a counter. I like keeping up line up to put counters here. So yeah, we'll go to combat. So we get here reach. Not the most important. Live. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on the mana and draw at the end of the turn. So here we were gonna counter in response. Maybe it's a bait, but they don't have that many for that. All they do. They can sacrifice Goblin and they drain us for 1. Okay. Not the worst. That's a 5. Did they have Kiki-Jiki? Okay, this is case to every Goblin. Oh, they have Kiki-Jiki also in the hand. A lot. Portable sacrifice, which are we block. I mean, we can make this useless next turn, so I mean, they actually this useless and they only have 1 Kiki-Jiki. I guess a sacrifice, they drain us for 1, we take 2. Now it's the choice if we want to draw. I think we want to. I also don't want to be taking so much damage. I have 1 card in hand. Wait, that's Hangarback Walker. Nice. Okay, this is also nice. So this is paste. Sack here, move the counters, and nice. I don't know. Ozolith. So to combat. Flying, lifelink, reach, vigilance. Sounds pretty strong. So attack this. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna proliferate now. Just gonna play the Hangarback. No. So make a copy, I guess. Okay, every time they make a copy, they will get a couple of those draining dudes. But this sacrifices at the end, right? No, it stays. At the beginning of next answer, okay. We're not dead. Another one, wow. A lot. But we can gain some life. We need to realize that actually we need to remember that this can drain them, so we need to sacrifice this one. So we're gonna actually block this. We can copy this, I guess. Oh, we don't, but... So we can sacrifice that here, put smaller counters over here. Goblins, what a deck, eh? Gets one counter. No. I see. No. So we take 15 and then they can drain us for it. I think we're dead. Quite powerful, eh? Yeah, I mean, proliferating there could have been a... It was a bait, of course, but... hard to know. Hard to know sometimes. Okay. I guess they have 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just 9. So they actually just barely kill it. Didn't materialize it. There's 1, 2, 3, so there's 6 left. Actually, no, we're alive, right? Only 3 more. Okay. That 13. I don't know why they didn't sacrifice that. That was a mistake. You could play the Ozolith. Could be a 6/6. We proliferate it. So if we sacrifice this with the Ozolith and we move it onto a top there, I think I'd like to draw a card. Just don't think this does enough, you know. Oh, it just concedes. You're welcome, man. You misplayed. Happens when you get cocky, I guess. So let's try out the Torpor Orbs, shall we? I think Karn could also be good. Quite the grindy matchup. As per usual, I'll cut these cards. It's just, you know, they have some things that do 1 damage, and then this 1 damage toughness creatures are a bit bad. And that's good. Maybe we can cut 1 animation model just because you could see we were like not really needing it in this matchup. I'm thinking what else to cut. Got a worker. I think I'm just gonna. I'm really enjoying. Could cut a land as well. Make a Reborn doesn't really affect our untap sources, and we get one less land, and we're playing one animation less module. One animation module less. Let's try if our sideboard plan works. Double Torpor or triple this member. There you go. So we keep this hand. It's a good hand. That's Snoop. Oh no. I for sure will discard a Torpor, I'll be surprised. But this hand is good. Maybe discard the Ozolith. Discard this member, quite interesting. I don't know what this does. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Ozolith. So with Torpor Orb, they cannot kill us because the Bogart guy doesn't get a. And you can tell this is basically a Thoughtseize matchup. So that's Goblin Snoop. That's a land they're drawing. I'm gonna get a Torpor Orb. Yeah, so this guy, for example, now it enters if it enters the battlefield, it will not trigger. So bad for them, not for us, but for them. So we need to find a land. Goblin, even if they cast it. But yeah. Oh wow, wow, that's brutal actually. We draw Hangarback. They play one of those. Guessing I'm just gonna get the Inkmoth Nexus. So we can play. They can sacrifice. Target artifact. We're gonna make the Hangarback Walker. We still haven't seen Hardened Scales this matchup. Personally. I mean, as you can see, this card is basically a very useless card right now. If they destroy it, we still get the. They could cast it if they have the lands. They kill the Torpor Orb, sacrificing that guy. Oh boy, that's such a good top deck. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah, I should have maybe played the Ballista. Yeah, they look for Kiki Jiki and they kill. This is quite the thing, yeah? I mean, they were extremely lucky to get that probably on top. I maybe should have played that. But they could also... They could destroy that, put this on the stack, sacrifice, I mean... Maybe I should have played the Ballista. Yeah, they get the Kiki Jiki and then we... Well, so, I mean, this is why people are complaining about this deck. This is just like, okay, you cannot tell me that this is kind of like this is like a thing that should be in Magic, but it is apparently. I'm bringing one metallic mini and got one animation. Maybe both. Just feels an animation mode was just not doing enough. Maybe. Maybe one like this. I mean, they had an amazing hand. We were pretty dead anyway. We have not had the Torpor, we were dead, so... Okay, that's 2 lines, that's Torpor Orb. It's not a 1-drop, but it's okay, it's a Llanowar Reborn, so... Never hate. And they really only have one dude that does that. So, we start with Llanowar Reborn, I believe, and we go from there. Yeah, we have no 1-drop, so... Quite strange, I mean. The Blood Crypt tapped. We're gonna get the Torpor Orb down next turn. Maybe this actually prevents the Llanowar Reborn. I never thought about that. Because it's minimal. I mean, I would rather try to, really try to find a... I could play Throne of Geth. I guess I could play Throne of Geth anyway. And the Ancient Stirrings. Okay, that's an Ozolith. What I was looking for. mostly. We're gonna go. Play the Ozolith. And we play the Worker. Let's see. Will this trigger? Stopped. Yeah. I'm gonna play it as. Yeah, this will not trigger. Okay. Well, if they kill it, then it will trigger, right? So. Still haven't played Hardened Scales. Oh boy, they have it. They have it, man. Amazing. Amazing that, oh lord, they have Plague Engineer and this guy. Bravo. You have another line, it's a big deal. I could also get a Ballista down. You get a Throne of Geth now. Otherwise, the Ballista will die if I play for 1. Ugh. Can we try to get a kill next turn with Ravager and a Throne? They will only, if they play this, they will only have 1 Goblin, right? Maybe they don't have the lane. Good thing this is a construct. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. They could have played that guy. Okay, I think they're dead. So if I sacrifice here, it's 3 counters. So this gets 3 counters. Animate this. If this is 4 counters. 4 and 4 is 8. Missing 1. I don't really have to do it now. I'm gonna wait to draw. Go to draw and see. Am I right with this? So Inkmoth, that's 1/1. Then sack here, that's a 4/4. Okay, if I sack the throne with the throne, so if I sack here, this is a 3/3. I sack with the throne, move the counters here, put the counters on the Ozolith, that's 4/4. Moves here, the 4/4. So okay, what happens if I activate the Inkmoth Nexus? I hit here, that's a 3/3. I sacrifice the Ravager with the Throne of Geth. Then this one will get 4 counters, and this one will get 4 counters, and they will move here. 4 and 4 is 8 plus 1. Okay, I need to do it next turn. Let's see what we draw. I guess we could draw a card and see. Just I don't see a way to kill them. Yes, we can draw a card and see. Good. These skills are different. I counted this right. 3, 4. 4 and 4. Interesting. That was so close. And we can still keep this up, right? But they can sacrifice this to kill it. Yeah, not so good. Guess I can hit them for 1 with the Inkmoth. Not so bad. Yeah, I can't. There's no other way, right? 3, 4. Move here. That's 4. That's a 5, 5. 4 from here. It's a 9. So just gotta try with Inkmoth Nexus. Still hold on the Torpor Orb. Sure. That's so good against us, and I do it every game. That would have been a So give us a goal in this turn art. So we're just gonna okay. So oh, it's a 1/1. My god. Whoops. Oh lord. Oh, misplace. Oh, okay, I forgot about the play. Yeah, I think this game is just slipping away. This game is slipping. Oh, that was such a bad play to play the Ballista there. Even being patient. Yeah, we had it almost, but nope. Not playing. As long as they have a 3 I'm just gonna sacrifice here. Poison. Well, we cannot play it. We cannot play it. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. I think we'll just... We can name Moth with this. Ah! I'm slipping away. Yeah, that guy is just so... Just need that his member or something to... for some action on. You can even cast this now. I mean, I'm kind of fine with them discarding this, and it was not doing much anyway. 2 damage is 2 damage. Destroy target artifact, Torpor Orb. Yeah, they got it. This matchup, man. This deck is so good. Yeah, there's nothing we can do to beat this. Yeah. Turn 2, what can we do? Ah, there he was, a dismember. Ah, yeah. Torpor hasn't been impressive in this matchup. Not at all. It also stops Llanowar Reborn. Didn't really think about that. I may put him on. I mean, it's supposed to be really good against them, but I mean, the only reason they won this game and the second game was because they had that one, and it's a one-off. They don't play more than one of that guy that destroys artifacts, and it's clearly the best card against us. I mean, by a mile. So yeah, we were like really close to winning. We were like 1 counter away from winning, which, yeah. Any artifact that costs 1 mana, even another Ozolith would have done it. Darksteel Citadel would have done it. Yeah, so I mean, not too mad. It's just part of the game. But yeah, 0-2. I mean, pretty tough matches. I mean, really close game, I must say. Like, even though we were, it was close. I mean, I think first game was like we kind of threw it away a bit. Second game was just, oh yes, I'll give it. We're mulliganing opponent. We have Ozolith, we have Ravager. The Goblins again? Sure as hell does look like it. I'm gonna play the Ozolith. Yeah. Ozolith. So we're playing against Goblins, and yeah, this is a common matchup, so that's why I put a second Torpor Orb. But I feel I have not been rewarded by my choices. I don't even know if I want to play like Llanowar Reborn, Worker next turn, then Giant the turn after, and then Ravager. I mean, we could be that next turn, and this we can present 0 interaction, right? Yeah, I don't know why would you make it like a 2 mana. You know what I mean? Kind of insane to me that you would. Why make it 2 mana? It could have been 3 mana, this, right? Even 4 mana. I think in 4 mana people still play it. It's that good. Like Mystic Forge costs 4 mana, and it does the same, and it's not a creature. So I think, yeah, I'm going Worker Reborn, and then I can play this in turn 4. I'm still alive by then. I don't see anything. I mean, I don't really want to spend mana trying to get rid of it. So yeah, we're Reborn and Worker. And I'm not gonna craft, I'm just gonna chill. Then next time we'll play the giant. Still don't see Hardened Scales. I mean, I feel that these matches should be easier if we had Hardened Scales. But I mean, with the Ozolith, the reason you have the Ozolith is that you don't have to mulligan for Hardened. I would never actually. I mean, when would I mulligan? This is a munition expert. Yeah. That is. So yeah, if you have land, a Snoop, and Bogart with that, what I mean, there's a lot. Do you think this deck would play green? I think they would actually play green if they had the. They had a hard time dealing with Crystal and Giant in the first game, so I think we're just gonna try it if you can. And we're gonna put the Ozolith first. I'm not gonna grab. Do they play Bolt? We'll see. If they Bolt, they will Bolt now. Yeah, I'm not. So in this case, then it doesn't matter. We can put the Ozolith first in the stack. Vigilance. Can it get haste? No. Yeah, okay, it's a 5/5 vigilance, and it's hard to kill for them, I think. They don't really have removal. I mean, I'm sure there's a variety of decks that are being played. I would love to draw like a Ballista or something, I would say. They're missing land drops, and they didn't play a Snoop on the dial. But maybe they have the Walker to look for it. Walker. I gotta play the Worker first, or they are actually something. It's pretty brutal that the game that we actually proliferated their vial, they had a 4-drop and a 5-drop. So we actually helped them play faster. I mean, ooh, that's a different one. A non-human creature you control with an additional 1/1 on you. Interesting. We could have a. I think I'm playing the animation. I don't have any way of killing. I'll play the animation model pre-combat. Do you play the Ravager too? A Servo? I kind of like having the Ravager out, just you know, to be safe against whatever shenanigans. Yes, I will make a Servo. Example, Vigilance, 5/5. I mean, they could get another munition expert and then block with everyone, but then we can just move the counters over here, and that will be other thing. So, can an attack. Interesting, this patch. It's a green one also. Just jump. Fine. Especially because they still take 4. Yeah. Just trample this. I could see myself going for it next. Okay. I mean, it's strong with the. This could actually play this. I mean, it doesn't really. It's like a mimic, but. The final land. Didn't put counters here. Okay, I'm very scared of that. Should have killed that low. Wow, was shocked. Okay. 2. Did they put on top? I guess the. Nope. What can they have? Okay, I need to Google this 1 second. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, that's a video being uploaded. You are right. Let me look at those goblins. Burn, fetch, Tron. Ones are more popular. Goblins. Enemy recognition. Ah, here you go. Just because it was a bile. What do they have on 3? They have this guy, Matron, Bogart, Putrid Goblin. Yeah, they don't have that much on 3. We just make a massive. I think we're just gonna make a massive trampler, man, and go for it. They don't have anything that destroys anything. They have Matron and Bogart. That's the only 3 drops. Unless they are playing some sweet deck, which I don't know. So we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna make this massive giant. And he has trample. Really, there's nothing on 3. There's only like Goblin Matron and this guy, Rover Harbinger. So okay, since we're going all in, I'm gonna play the worker. Okay, first. Okay. I'm gonna eat this because it's annoying. I need everything. I'm a hungry boy. I really wonder. I mean, we're testing, guys. We're testing. We're trying to figure out if they are. I should put it here. I got an extra counter. Is there something they can do on a vial on 3? So we sack. Ravagers itself. I mean, they may have something, and then we find out. Then we know for the next game. Right? In the end, you have to take testing like this, right? Testing is not necessarily. I mean, we want to win, of course. We want to win, of course, but we want to know more. That's kind of the essence. Death Touch also. So 25, Death Touch, Ample Vigilance Boy. What did they put on top? I wonder if they consider. What did they put on? Murderous Red Carp. Okay. Ah, okay, so it'd be a 3/3, I see. So I'm probably playing the sample deck I have around here, which is when 5-2 on the Modern Challenge. We're doing the same sideboarding. So we will cut. That has been amazing, yeah. Even though we lost a lot, but I don't know if Throne is too. Oh, so Throne's 2 cards to cut. Probably Mimic and a module. This module really feels slow. Like this game, they had a very slow draw. So from the sideboard, they only play. They have the Plague Engineers, Clarifiers, which I don't know if they're bringing in, and then they have a Goblin Trash Man. Oh boy, this is nice. 1 Goblin Trash Master. This is this Lord that also gives them the ability to sacrifice and destroy an artifact. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. That looks better. Indeed, is quite good. 3 lands. I'm gonna. All other things cost 2, so whatever. We're just gonna bottom 1 Inkmoth. You can make an argument to bottom the forest, but. Alright, that's an Ozolith. I think we're gonna play it. I don't really wanna. Maybe they discard our dismember next turn, but then we get to play Torpor, so yeah, they start with the Tavire, we start with the Ozolith. Man, I wish that these Ozoliths were more like Hardened Scales, you know? Like I play this deck called Hardened Scales because I like to draw Hardened Scales. And play it and feel powerful. But I'm not really feeling powerful recently with my deck because I don't play Hardened Scales. Have you seen like in this league kind of, hey, the games were extremely close, right? And they were tipped in their favor because we didn't have the scales. We never had the scales. Like the only time we had it, it was exiled by Thaumatsier. So they do play a Goblin Matron. Oh boy, so sweet. Oh. We play Torpor first. We play 2. I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, like for example, look at Goblin Matron. It's like really. I mean, it's really embarrassing. And it protects us from the combo. It does not protect us against the lord that makes it sacrifice. But the worst thing is that they found it with a Snoop. You know? That's like the hard part. Darksteel Citadel will be a great draw. It will allow us to play Throne of Geth, hold on Dismember. And that thing. So this is basically a 1/1 for 3. It's great. Well, not great. Good. I see basically the list what they're playing is a ton of creatures and oh, that's Hardened Scales. So should we play a Throne? I mean, I would like to play the Throne. Did they put a counter? Yeah, they put a counter. I'd like to play the Throne and hope to draw land next turn. Or we just play the Scales and hold on these members. Oh yeah, I'll do that. And then next, if we don't draw land, we play the Hangarback anyway. So good to have. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Scales. Then we'll be proactive. We don't play Blazon, right? We play. By the way, I like the name of this card. Ontis Hovel. I mean, it's pretty funny. And you could, I mean, I'm not even mad Goblins are a good deck. I just think that they could have made it a good deck. It was not like, they could have made a Snoop like costing triple red, for example. Something like, okay, there's a cost to this, but Snoop is a great card. Like, even if Yukishiki was spent, Snoop would be a great card. You could just play it on a value-based engine, so you would not play it all these Bogart, Harbingers, and all these cards that are kind of like useless. And you would play all the really grindy Goblins and just go for it, you know? I'm kind of glad we left out the Dismember because it looks like they are in the business of doing something. Gotta have a foil line. Yeah. Also, well, they don't have they left it at 2. I guess they left it at 2 because they want the. It can be countered, but it's just nothing. I don't think I'll dismember the guys. I mean, they could possibly have a munition expert. Yeah, I guess that's what they are could have here. And then we would I like to dismember this? So if they have a munition expert, they can kill this. But if we draw land, we can kill the munition expert anyway. Okay, let's see. Okay, we draw land. So we just play the Hangarback Walker. And if they have a munition expert, I'm gonna dismember it. I think our plan is not bad. I think our opponent had like the best luck because they found their one-off, very strong card very easily. So that is an Ether Vial. But no, yeah, there's no effect because it's Torpor, so yeah. Well, I mean, I guess they could have the guy that sacrifices things, but I mean, what can they destroy? They play that, so they need to cast that. 17. I could just. So if they have it, which would be like fucking annoying because they have one, it's a one-off. It looks a lot like they have it then. Or is Dream Leader? They didn't even choose. Chalice on X equals 2. Okay, well that sucks for a Throne of Geth. Wow, playing Chalice. Well, we have an animation model, right? I don't think that's okay. Yeah. Too bad that they. Yeah. One of them. They have one card in hand. They're attacking us with a bunch of ones. I'm just gonna hold it. Chalice on 2. Chalice of the Void. Aye. Your deck is full of 1-drops. And 2. You don't get ahead of my. I mean, I guess it's for the vial. I mean, we can even play this for X equals 4 when we draw land. So I am mad. It's gonna pass and put a counter on the Hangarback. They could have the guy. That's what they're looking for, I guess. And I'm looking for a land. A land allows me to play this for X equals 4 or X equals 2. Convert the mana cost 4. So we have a lot of mana. Do you even play this? We're on the 0-2 bracket, guys. Ah, okay, can be countered. Okay, I was for a second, I was like, guys, dude, please. Oh, man. Oh lord, he lands. Just start attacking. Gonna start attacking with the Inkmoth. Hold on 1 December. They have a lot of blockers. Yeah, I just want to draw land, then I have Karn. Or like a giant. A worker. I could also dismember this. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So we hold this on, we dismember this. 4 counters go here. Yeah, then I can attack with. Nah, I'm just gonna hold on this. Okay, I should have done that last turn. I didn't see the line. That's the best line. So we just pass. We hope they don't draw the idiot. If they do, well. Yeah. So I guess everybody's just playing this Goblins deck. So there's just a Cavern of Souls. Oh no, they have another card. I thought they were on. Oh no, because when you're choosing, it still says you have 1 interest. So there's nothing they can do to stop this dismember. So I'm just gonna do it. So we dismember our own boy. And this basically will. You can even put the counters on the. Make 4 Topters. Yeah, we can attack with 1 Topter now. No. You get Karn, I could get another Hangarback. Tron or Hangarback? What is more stylish? I think Hangarback for sure finishes the game next turn. Okay. 7/7. So yeah, I think Hangarback just finishes the game next turn anyway, so hold on a couple of blockers. So this next turn, this will be a 3/3 here. There will be 3 counters. Next turn, this can be a 10/10. I could have done this one turn earlier. Right? Now the problem is, should we? Even? So we only really lose. Oh, we actually. Oh, you can stack up, I guess. Yeah, we only really lose if they top deck that guy. And this is like the fastest kill, so we give them less time, and the count doesn't really help us. So yeah, pass the turn. There still will be a lot of top decks, and they don't have that many goblins. They only have 5. So even if they kill the top tier, this, and this, we still have a count. Okay, put this at 6. What could you have at 6, opponent? They're playing 4 Plague Engineers on side, but I'm sure the Plague Engineer has gone up like crazy. Okay, there's a 3-drop. Slightly will not do much. Oh, another 1/1 for 3. You are dead, opponent. There's nothing you can do. You just need to give up. Give up. Need to give up. So we can even put counters. Right. We put counters here. This. So here, live. Then we go to combat. This will, yes. I like sharing. I don't like to get all the counters on one guy. Gets too cocky later. Alright, and we duck for the win. Torpor Orb won the game. Okay, so clearly Torpor Orb is great. Our opponent, our last opponent was extremely lucky. You know, and this opponent was of course not the, I mean, I don't know why they have Chalice of the Void in their deck, to be honest. But yeah, GG mate. And he's nice, right? So much nicer than the last guy, who even misplayed. Or guy or girl, I don't know. Person, human. But yeah. Torpor basically completely stopped on the tracks, and they only, if I look at the sideboard, they only have one answer to Torpor, like one goblin stops Torpor, and they had it both games. So, you know, sometimes you will lose these games and you just need to accept it, but it's good. We learned something, and this was a nice game to go back and watch. Maybe I'll do it when I prepare my sideboard. I'm preparing the sideboard guides for all the matchups, and of course goblins. I'm trying to figure out myself. So I'm sorry. I'm fine. So yeah, the goblins, I'm trying to figure out myself, right? So I'm just trying to, I think Torpor and these members are the way to go. And yeah, it seems Torpor Orb is also stopping humans, and is also helping us in the Titan matchup, which is not so good. I think 2 Torpor Orbs are good right now, like a good thing to have. And yeah, I don't think more than 2, but like definitely this game you could see, unless they draw exactly the Trash Talker or Trash Master or whatever, they cannot beat it. Like all their cards are like 3 mana, draw 3 mana 1/1, a 2 mana 1/1, 4 mana 1/1, you know, like useless cards that even our most mediocre creatures can block. And yeah, this game of course we also do the scales, which helped a lot. Just imagine we draw Ballista, man. It would have been a massacre. But the challenge, I mean, I must say, if we had played the Throne of Geth, the challenge would have probably done a lot. Probably even won them the game just by them just attacking us with the creatures, right? Yeah, this is match 3. And I'll see you for match 4. Let's see if we can come back in this 0-2 starting league.